Hey guys, what's up? Serena Apia here from thriftdiving.com, and today I have a really great video for you because some of you may not have heard that there is this amazing product called Rub and Buff. It's something that I've used in many of my projects, and I wanted to show you today 12 amazing colors that I ordered from Amazon and 5 different ways that you can use it around your house. We're gonna try it on shoes too. Stick with me because we're gonna test it out right now. So this is the sampler that I ordered from Amazon. There's 12 of them. Typically, I've always used like the antique gold, which is this one, but there's antique gold, there's pewter, European gold, autumn gold, gold leaf, antique white, Grecian gold, ruby, Spanish copper, ebony, silver leaf, and my absolute favorite, patina. This patina is so beautiful. And I'm going to show you 5 different ways that you can use this around your house, even on shoes. So I've got this sample board here. We're going to put some gloves on because you don't want to get this stuff on your finger. You can use your finger to rub this in. It's a wax metallic finish. So it's not paint, but it is wax. It does smell. So, you know, you definitely want to make sure that it's not around any sort of flammable, anything that's flammable. You want to make sure that you put some gloves on. You really don't want to get it on your skin. And yeah, so let's go ahead. Let's start with the most beautiful one. And typically what I do is I put it on a little towel or a rag, and it has a little puncture thing here, a little puncture cap. So you just puncture it, open it up, and one of these will last you a pretty good amount of time. All right, so we're going to put a little bit here, and it looks very light, but watch what happens when you get it on the board. Okay, so you just apply it with your finger, and the more you rub it, it will start to turn shiny. So that's why it's called Rub and Buff. So you're putting it on there, you're buffing it, and you can use it pretty much on any surface. A lot of times I've used it on the edges of tables, as little accent areas. You can do some stenciling with it. It's just really cool. It's really cool. So I'm not going to go through all of the colors, but I will show you the ones that I like the most. Now, Ebony is one that I have not used before. And again, I had already kind of opened it up, but it's just a really nice black color. And whenever you're trying to change the look of handles, doorknobs, anything like that, especially like with dressers, a lot of times when I get old dressers, I will have, hardware that I want to try to reuse, but it's in pretty bad condition. So I will actually use some Rub and Buff and make it look totally new. So here's one that I've never used before, the antique white. So we're going to try this one today. I've never opened this one. So I'm going to pop it open and see how this antique white looks. So we'll just do a demonstration of 3. Okay, so it's kind of like a silvery color, but definitely more white than silver. So let me show you how to use this on knobs. When you get old dressers from the thrift store, you want to redo the knobs. Let me show you how miraculous this is. Okay, so here's a good example. This is one of the handles that I pulled off of a dresser. It looks pretty bad. Now you can do one of 2 things. You can either spray paint it, replace it, or actually one of 3. Spray paint it, replace it, or you can use some Rub and Buff. Now let's say that you wanted to make this gold, back to the gold. So let's try antique gold. I've not opened this one either. Here's what I'm going to do, and you're going to be amazed at this. So I'm going to put a little bit on this towel, and I'm just going to start rubbing it on there. And a lot of times you want to come back over it twice because, especially like with this, it's got a lot of, tarnished color to it. So I'm just going to put it on there and just kind of buff it a little bit. But you see, it's totally covering up this nasty dark color underneath. So I'd probably let that dry and then come back over it. Let's do this side. All right, so I'm going to just rub this in here. And you'll see that it'll just start covering it up. So this is a really great way. Oh, let me look. Oh, that's pretty. Ooh, look at that. That's gorgeous. Oh, I love that color. This is the antique gold. This is one of my favorites. So, and I could put more on there. I'm not going to do the whole thing, but this is just to give you an idea of, you know, the kinds of things that you can do with some of the old hardware. When you're buying dressers, you know, don't feel that you have to go out and buy all new hardware. Sometimes the hardware looks good for that dresser, and, you know, it's not something that you can find somewhere else without paying a lot of money on, you know, eBay or Etsy or one of those places. So, you know, you can use your existing hardware, just change the color. We started with this old ugly one, and now with just a really quick, and I say really, really quick, so I would probably take a little bit more time to make this look nicer. But look at that. I mean, that's pretty dramatic. This means the difference between having to spend more money to go get hardware, and, you know, being able to just reuse the same hardware. So what if I totally want to change the color of it? Could I do it? How's the patina going to hold up? This one doesn't look like it works as well. I guess maybe because it's just so dramatically different. So you really just have to play around with it. If I change my mind, I can always wipe it off. So, you know, no harm done. But you will have to clean this up with mineral spirits. Keep that in mind. So you might want to just get a quart of it and have that on hand. So here's another way number 2, that you could use rub and buff. So a lot of times when I'm working with furniture, there will be pieces that have edges. And I don't have a piece of furniture with an edge, so I'm going to use this piece of baseboard, and I'm just going to tape off. Because you'll see here that there's this edge, and I want to pretend this is a piece of furniture. Then I'm going to create a nice edge, and I did this with an old vintage sewing cabinet. I got it from the thrift store and really wanted to not just paint it, but, you know, add a little bit of something else to it. So I'm going to use, let me try autumn gold. Let's see how that looks. And you know what, we already did the golds. Let's do silver. Let's do pewter. We'll do pewter. All right, I'm gonna pop that open. And I have already put a little bit of tape. So, you know, along your furnitures, your pieces of furniture, and, you know, any place where you want to create just a little bit of visual interest, you can do this on picture frames, pretty much anything. So I'm just gonna rub this on. So now when I take this tape off, you should be able to see that I've got a nice edge there. So just imagine if this were a dresser or, you know, another piece of furniture where, you know, now you've got something kind of cool along the edge. And you can do any color, any of these 12 colors, and it'll work. It'll look good. You can do gold dipped legs. Now this is something that's pretty popular with furniture, and, you know, you don't have to spray paint it. You can get some rub and buff. You put a little bit of tape on the legs of a chair or a dresser, anything like that. You take a little bit of rub and buff. Let's use, you know what, let's try ruby. We've never used ruby. That's a new color for me. Let's see if this works. Let's say we wanted to do not gold legs. Well, this is not a good demonstration. We'll forget that one. That one, no. Let's try Grecian gold. Now this one has a finish on it that it may not work very well. Let's try it. Well, maybe, yeah, this one works better than the red. I think the golds tend to work better than the color waxes. So if you've got a dresser, you've got a chair, you've got something that you want to dip in gold, we can do that with the rub and buff. So it may not be perfect, but let's take this tape off and see what it looks like. All right, so now we have a gold dipped paintbrush. And I'd probably leave that tape on and do 2 coats, but it looks pretty good. So the other day when I painted that lamp for the lamp that I had in my family room, one person said, no, don't paint the gold, it's such nice gold. Well, it really wasn't nice gold. It wasn't nice gold at all. But this is the sister of that lamp. They are exact twins, I should say. And, you know, it's just as beat up as the other one, but let's say we wanted to keep the gold, we wanted to bring back the beautiful gold color. We can use any one of these gold colors and make this look like it's brand new. Now we could spray paint it, yes, but I tend to like the rub and buff. I don't know, I just think it looks really, really good. So we're going to try, let's try the antique gold. So let's see how this looks. All right, so can you see that? We are putting a different, sort of a different shade of gold. This is the antique gold. And I'm just rubbing it in here. And I like the way that it's looking. It's covering up some of this tarnished look here. And it's still, you know, kind of giving it like a beautiful gold color. Ooh, that's gorgeous. I like that. That's pretty. So all that tarnish that was on here, it's going away. Bye-bye. So then you just want to rub it in the direction. Ooh, this looks good. Now see this is a gold lamp that I would keep. I would keep this gold lamp. You know what? I think I might finish this off. Not tonight, of course, but I think I might keep it that color. That's beautiful. So you can see all the spots there on the right that's tarnished, but then now you've got this beautiful gold color that just looks, you know, just kind of looks satiny almost. Just like a satin metallic. Is that even a word? Satin metallic, but it looks really good. I like it a lot. So I'm loving that lamp. Okay, so the last thing that we are going to attempt to modernize or to make different or to make over are these shoes. Guys, I got them from the thrift store for 20 bucks. I don't know whatever possessed me to buy these shoes, but we're gonna try to turn these gold today with Rub and Buff. What is a DIYer doing in heels? I have no use for heels anymore.
Yeah, what are you doing with them? This is weird.
I mean, they're cute, but I can't walk in them, so we're gonna... I don't know why I bought them from the thrift store anyway.
Maybe because it was like you
Probably
bought it
because
like
I thought they were good quality, but I'm like, there's no way I can wear these shoes. But you know what? That could be kind of funky though. I like that gold. It's a nice gold. So this is the European gold. So this could be kind of cool if you have a pair of old shoes that you want to change the colors of. Maybe it's a little worn out and you want to just change the color to make it look like new shoes. Yeah, I could definitely see using Rub and Buff on shoes. All right, guys, well, I will see you tomorrow in another video. And in the meantime, go back to thriftdiving.com. Make sure that you enter your name and your email because I will send you 5 ebooks, printables, checklists, all those things to get started with DIY. And leave a comment below. Let me know what's one thing that you would be excited to try these with, whether it's shoes, lamps, stenciling, gold dipped brushes and legs. So I will see you next video.